What is up, YouTube? I am Eric and you are watching Retro Video Game Pickups. And in this video, I talk about would I ever work in GameStop. So if you like games, product reviews, consoles, anything like that, anything revolving video games, this is the channel for you. So consider subscribing and hitting that bell notification. With that being said, let's hop into it. Okay, so I have been thinking about this video for a little bit. I've had a few people ask me what I think about GameStop, and you guys have seen the videos about it. But someone has asked me, would I ever work for GameStop? And so I had to think about this one. Like, honestly, I don't know. I'll get to the point later on, and I'll tell you what I think for sure towards the end of this video. But GameStop has some interesting things going on. It's got some good things, it's got some bad things, and a lot of both. And so I want to talk about the good things, then the bad things, then we'll wrap it up and figure out what I think and would I ever actually even work there. So let's talk about the good things. The good things, obviously, are the games. You get to work around games, you get to play the games, you get to game the games, you get to do all the stuff. I said game the games as a joke, but there's a ton of things involving GameStop. You get to learn about new games, you get to see what's pre-ordered and what's going to be coming up. You get to be there for launches at midnight when everyone's excited and all the new things come out. You get to play games before they even are released. All that cool stuff. You get to be around gamers, people that think like you, and all that. So that is definitely a win-win. You could reserve things that you want. You definitely have a good chance of like being involved in games. You're gonna learn about games that you'd never heard of because, well, they just wouldn't be in your mind whenever they came out. But that's kind of the good. And this video may come across as a little bit bad and somber and talking bad about GameStop, but I want you guys to know this is my honest opinion. GameStop has a lot of bad things going for it. Let's talk about corporate. Corporate pushes down these things that are absolutely ridiculous for the normal employee. The managers are overworked from what I understand and underpaid. The people that work there are overworked and underpaid. And so that really sucks. Plus these ridiculous sales numbers that they have to reach that no one really wants to even bug you about. No one wants to say, hey, do you want to buy our game membership card, our pro membership card, our disc scratch? Do you want to buy the game? Do you want to buy our magazine? Would you like to pre-order the next generation of Madden 2069? Like, come on now. Like, that's a ton of pressure on these people. Let alone they don't get paid a lot. I already mentioned it a little bit. From what I understand, managers of stores are usually required to work about 50 to 60 hours. And really they don't get any more pay for working more than the 40 from what I understand. So that just doesn't sound like fun. Now the other people that just work there, they don't get paid good at all. They get normal minimum wage, nothing great, and it's just a bummer. Like, games are games and that's fun. You get a discount on that. I should have mentioned that in the good part. You get a discount on games. But like, that's it. When it comes to working at these stores, you have to deal with bad people. And I say bad people. You and I both know some person who is a jerk is gonna come in there whenever they're closing in 2 minutes with a huge box of trade-ins and be like, I want to trade these in right now. And then that employee is gonna go through it and it's gonna be garbage and you just wasted 30 minutes of their own personal time because they were a jerk. Now that's just one thing. Now it's gonna happen throughout the day if you think about it. People come in, drop their kids off, and they go run around, and that's a pain because now the GameStop employee has to babysit that kid and hopes that that kid doesn't break any of the things that they have out. And so that's a big deal. But then there are other things, like gamers looking down on them because they work at GameStop. Like, first off, you should be nice to people at GameStop. If you see a gamer be nice to them. This one time, and I think I've talked about it on this channel before, I was at a GameStop with a friend. We don't really go to GameStop that much. We just kind of popped in just to see what's up. And we were standing there, and this guy came up and said, "Hey, do you know anything about this kind of shooter?" And I was like, "I don't really play that, but I can help you. I can give you some ideas." And so he was like, "I like role-playing games." And I was like, "Cool. Have you heard of this game?" "No." "Have you heard of this game?" "No." And then he was like, "Oh, well, I really like games where I can go out and shoot deer." And I was like, that's not gonna be a bunch of games. So I kind of showed him some that were like that. And then he was nice, and I was nice to him. And I went on my day. But I was like, yo, you could ask these guys at GameStop if you want. They probably know a little bit more about this specific genre. I think I was even wearing like a Rampage or an old tee, and he's like, "I like that game." And so he would ask me, and I was like, "You might want to go ask them." He's like, "Nah, they don't know anything." I don't like that. Like, those people probably know just as much as I do about games. Like, they know a bunch, and I want to say this. If they've worked there long enough and understand how things work, they know about games. If they're just a temp employee, that's a different story. But don't talk bad about someone because they work at GameStop. If you assume that they work at GameStop and you assume that they don't have a clue, they probably know more than you. So don't be like that. So back to what I'm saying, like, GameStop as an employer isn't that great. Now, I will say, I'm gonna go back to some good things because I feel like I don't want to just be talking about bad things at the end here. The good thing about the new GameStops is they're kind of opening up their store for more games, which is very interesting. And I say this with a caveat to opening it up to more games. More games to be played in the store. Less games on the shelf. Or at least it looks like that. There are less ThinkGeek stuff, which is a good thing. I never liked those in GameStop. You've got ThinkGeek online in some stores, or at least you used to. I'm not sure if they're still there or not. But leave that stuff up to ThinkGeek. Your game store. Make your money with games. But I know they're having problems with that. But the back half of their store, and the modern ones, have Xbox One X's, PS4 Pros, and Nintendo Switches, and Alienware computers, I believe. That's cool. That's fun. Now, on the retro stores, they have like CRTs with a bunch of old school, like Nintendo, NES, SNES, GameCube, Nintendo 64, Wii. There weren't any Wii U's, actually, come to think about it. And there was like PlayStation 1, and PlayStation 2. There was Xbox Original. And that was what you got for the retro, so that's pretty cool as well. But recently I saw there's that retro store near me. It's about 45 minutes away maybe, so it's not close, but it's within driving distance. They're doing birthday parties. How much would it suck if you were a GameStop employee and you now had to host a birthday party? Like, you signed up to sell games, and here you are working a birthday party for some random stranger and babysitting more kids. Like, we're back to babysitting more kids. Like, I understand GameStop has a terrible view from gamers, and I understand why. Their reputation has been down the drain for years, and they just have made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, which has not been good for them or their reputation, obviously. But some stores, this is the caveat, some stores are good. Some stores have cool managers, have cool regional managers, have cool people working inside of them. So because I'm talking this good and bad stuff, I don't want you to judge them. I want you to form your own opinion, listen to me, hear what I have to say about it, but go out and make your own decision. Go to that GameStop down the street, go to that GameStop in 10 minutes from your house, that one on the way to work or from work, whatever it is, check it out, see what you think. Now, this is not a sponsored video. You guys know I talk about GameStop because that is a hot topic in today's world, especially with these retro game stores, retro GameStop stores, and rumors of GameStop eventually go bankrupt and close down. And as a gamer, I don't want to see that. So I talk about GameStop because there's that love-hate relationship. I loved it when it was young. When I was young, it was a good place that I could go, but now it's not really, and it hasn't been for a long time. So the question here was, would I work at GameStop? No, I wouldn't. I wanted to when I was in high school. I didn't get a job. I put in an application, didn't ever get a job. Whatever, no hard feelings there. That was 10 years ago plus. But would I work for it now? Absolutely not. They don't pay enough. They don't treat their employees good enough. And I don't think dealing with crappy people for extremely long amounts of time is well worth it for those employees. So GameStop needs to start treating their employees better, and then I think paying them better. But I know they're struggling, they're going down the drain, but I think that's something that would make a difference for me if I wanted to work there, but I don't. So I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Would you work at GameStop today if you could, or would you not? Let me know yes or no and explain why. I want to know because I have a feeling a bunch of people are going to say no, but I feel like the people that are younger and not necessarily know as much about GameStop would want to, because you're working with games. Like, that sounds fun. So I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below and let me know. But I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification because it lets you know when I post more videos, which is every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. You guys know when to check it out. Down below is a few links to social media. I don't plug them very often. I got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You guys go check that out. There's a Patreon down there. If you want to see topics of GameStop or not GameStop, videos coming up or something like that, go check that out. Sometimes I post videos early. Sometimes if you spend enough money a month, you'll get a free t-shirt. So go check that out if you are interested at all. If not, no worries. But thank you so much for watching, and make sure you have a good day.